soon as I seen that girl, I knew she was going to be a bad influence on you. Like, when you're with her, you have to be a version of yourself that you're not. When I auditioned and I got the role, 50 walked into the audition and pretty much gave me the role on the spot. Like, I just didn't know what I was doing as much because I was a self-taught actor. Like, everything I learned on set.
I love seeing two men at their prime who are doing some of the same thing come together and learn from each other.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember that, like, being uncomfortable is going to happen and it's just gonna have to be okay. Shy or just quirky is a good word. I don't want to use the word weird, but I mean, maybe I can because I know that us actors be weird. Because it would have been Will Smith for me too, but I've done that already.
You have?
That was a 12 out of 10 experience.
12 out of 10?
12 out of 10.
What made it a 12 out of 10?
In action.
What is one thing you've learned from 50 over the years of working from him?
Never miss a beat. He doesn't leave a single dollar on the table. He's fast with it.
What's going on, family? It's your boy, Anthony ONeal, and I want to share a secret with you. I want to share something with you that I regret not doing sooner. If you've been thinking about getting life insurance, now is the time to act. Let me tell you about my friends over at Ethos, a life insurance company that's making waves with its affordability and ease of access. You can get coverage for as low as $30 a month. My own rate was just around $60 a month, and I spend more than that on food delivery. Let me be honest. I want to give you some quick points of why I love them so much. Number one is their rates and affordability. Imagine paying $30 or $68 a month for a peace of mind. That's less than most of your monthly subscriptions. Number two, ease of use. You can get up to $2 million in coverage without any medical exams or blood tests. Just answer a few quick, healthy questions and you're set. The entire process is 100% online and take less than 10 minutes. Number three, speed. You can get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes and have same-day coverage. I got my coverage through Ethos literally in 10 minutes and got my thing back quick. Trust and reliability is the last thing I love about them. Ethos has an A+ rating with the BBB and stellar Trustpilot reviews. Every day, around 2,000 families are approved for life insurance through Ethos. Listen, I don't want you to wait. Life insurance rates can increase by 8 to 10% each year you delay. I purchased my policy a few years ago, and if I had waited until now, my price would be significantly higher. Lock in your rate right now and secure your family's future. I want you to visit anthonyoneal.com/ethos to get your free life insurance quote. Apply and get coverage in under 10 minutes. Don't procrastinate. Take control of your future today. Hey, yo! What's going on, family? It's your boy, Ayo. Welcome back to the table. Today's episode is one you do not want to miss. Man, we're diving deep into the life and the journey of someone you've seen make major moves on one of the hottest TV shows out there in the world. Hands down, my top 5 actors and actresses in the world. I'm talking about none other than Alix Lapri, who plays the dynamic and fierce Effie on Power. Now, if you watch Power, you know Effie doesn't play around. She's smart, she's strategic, and always knows how to keep things interesting. But today, we're going to go beyond the character and getting to know the amazing woman, my dear sister, who brings Effie to life, Alix, right? So we'll be talking about her journey into acting and how she navigated the highs and the lows of Hollywood and the real life lessons she's learned along the way. We've got a lot in store for today's show. We've been working on this for about a year, but her schedule, as you can only imagine, is crazy. But she was able to squeeze me in for a little bit this evening. So we're gonna kick things off with Alix here sharing her story from her early days, breaking into the industry, even just some life lessons she's learned along the way. I'm super excited, all right? So keep it locked because we have a lot coming. We're gonna be answering your questions. I'm gonna give you the wealth money tip, as I always do, and I even have a dope book and resource I'm gonna give you too. So keep it locked to the very end because this whole show is about your financial freedom. Now, before we get started with my sister, you already know what I'm about to say. If you're here to build wealth, break free from debt, and create the life you've always dreamed of, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel, all right? And while you're at it, drop a comment and let us know what you're most excited about from Alix today, all right? So let's get to my sister. Grab your notepad, send this to all your friends and family because y'all, my girl is in the building. Alix, what's up, sis?
What's up, brother?
Yeah. Yo, listen.
That was the intro.
Yo, man, listen. I'm excited because I was like, I remember when you first came to my house. You came with a friend, and when you walked in, I knew who you were, but I was nervous. Because literally, you walked in the day before I just watched the show. I was like, yo, she just killed somebody. But when I walked in, I was like, yo, your spirit was just so cool.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not a arrogant woman. You're not a prideful woman. Beautiful young lady, focused. And I was like, yo, Alix is real cool.
Yeah.
And I think when we look at you on TV, which no disrespect to your role with Effie, because I love Effie, right? Yeah. But I think the world needs to meet Alix.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? The sister who I've gotten to know over the last couple of years. I want to go all the way back to the beginning of Alix coming into the world. Who is Alix? Like not the actress, but who is this? Who is this woman? How were you raised? Do you have actors and actresses in your family?
No, actually. So I do have some artistic tendencies throughout my family. Like my mom paints and draws and stuff like that.
Wow.
I do have some singers as well, like some cousins that sing and things like that, but no actors. And
no actors.
That's not even something that I think that I knew that I wanted to do. It just kind of like I stumbled into it.
For real.
But yeah, no, Alix is entirely different than Effie. I am very passionate. I like to garden. I do a lot of like old people activities.
Wow, old people.
Pickleball and gardening, yeah, and just anything that you can imagine. Like I like to wear my sweaters and just like pop a squat on the patio and just
Wait.
Yeah.
This is night and day from what we see on TV.
I know.
You pickleball, gardening?
Yeah.
Where did gardening come from?
I don't know, actually. I really don't know, but I'm obsessed with it. Like they're like my children now. Like I grow every vegetable that you could possibly think of on my patio.
Serious?
Yeah.
One thing I learned about you is every time you come over the house, my dog Raven loves you.
Yeah, I love dogs. Oh my God.
Where did dogs come from in your family?
My mom trains dogs.
She does?
She does. She trains dogs for like
I like mama.
A lot of the, right?
I like mama.
She trains dogs for a lot of the police departments in Atlanta and stuff like that. And that's always been a passion of hers since I was younger. So I think it just rolled over to me. I always had shepherds, so I think that's why I like Raven, because
she's a shepherd.
She's a shepherd.
That's my girl.
Like my heart.
That's my girl. I want to talk about the acting, because you said that, hey, you don't have those people inside of your family. How did that become a passion of yours?
So I started off in music.
Okay.
And
music?
Music. I was a singer.
Wait, Alix, you can sing?
I do.
Wait, were you like in country music, hip hop music, R&B music, gospel music?
I feel like I played with like the pop R&B spectrum.
You used to sing.
I used to sing.
So if we YouTube Alix, we will find music videos of you?
Yeah, unfortunately you will.
Unfortunately.
So I did this from the age of like, ever since I was young. A lot of people may know me from YouTube. I used to do like a lot of YouTube videos and covers and things like that. That's how I started.
Real?
Yeah, so I did that ever since I was younger until maybe 16 is when I started to realize that I didn't really like the industry of music.
Okay.
It was very shady and there was a lot of different workings and it just didn't really love it. I always loved to sing though.
Okay.
But of course, like my music people, they took me over to an acting agency because they're like, this is something you should do. Let's just go ahead and get it together. I'm like, well, no, because I don't want to be known as an actor. I want to be known as a singer. But I did it. I auditioned and I got into the agency. And from there, I just started auditioning.
Wow. And
I was never really into it. I never took it seriously. I always would turn in my tapes like weeks after the deadline because I just was not interested.
Into it.
No, I'm like, okay. But then I auditioned for Den of Thieves. Like, it came across my desk, and still I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I didn't know much about the project, so I didn't know that there was going to be these crazy heavy hitters, like icons of the acting industry. 50 Cent, Gerard Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Pablo Schreiber, like, huge names.
Wow.
When I auditioned and I got the role, 50 walked into the audition and pretty much gave me the role on the spot. And I got on set. I was floored that this is what I had been missing the entire time. And from there, I couldn't stop. I was addicted. Like, I was like, I'm going to knock on this door until it opens.
Wow. When you first time walking into it, I'm curious, how did you, the woman, feel around all those big names?
It's actually a weird thing because I feel like back then I didn't feel as much pressure. You know, when you're younger, you know, young people, they have that imagination. They have that, like, that heart. It's something that I always had. I always had heart. Okay. And so back then it was actually pretty easy. Wow. Like, I just didn't know what I was doing as much because I was a self-taught actor. Like, everything I learned on set. Wow. So as soon as I got on that set, I was just soaking everything up like a sponge. Like, I would just sit and watch and take notes. Like, how do they show anger? How do they show sadness? How do they do this? And just took little bits and pieces and taught myself the game pretty much.
Would you recommend that to someone who's watching the show now who may wants to get into the acting business, that self-taught is a good route? Or would you say you need a little bit of both? Or no, you need to go to school?
I would say I think I love self-taught actors because they lead with their heart. So, like, when I am on screen, I'm able to put these things out because I'm giving my emotions. Like, I'm feeling from my heart. But, you know, taught actors, like, over there in the UK, they really don't play around. Like, they train, they get down, and that's why they're so good. Like, UK actors take it seriously. So,
are you serious?
I think a little bit of both is definitely good, I would say, but always keep your heart on your sleeve. Like, if you're gonna train, but don't become robotic. Don't become, like, mechanical. Yeah. Like, keep your heart in it.
Yeah. When you got the role, how did you feel when you got the role? 50 pretty much says, yo, you got it. Yeah. When you went home and it just sucked in on you, like, whoa, I am officially an actress on a big show. How did you feel? Like, were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you ready? Were you pumped? Did you call your mama, your daddy? Did you go drinking? Like, what was that feeling like when you get that? Because I remember when I got my first big situation, I did something very stupid.
Okay, what'd you do?
I can't say. Okay.
I thought we was going, you know.
No, I can say. I remember when I got my first situation, man, I went and got like 3 Long Island iced teas. Okay. And back then, took them straight to the head. And I was in there celebrating my boys. Yeah. I was like, boy, I just made $15,000. Boy, I was like, let's go. And we're in there. I mean, this is at Ruby Tuesdays. Yeah. Happy hour. That. And we're drinking. I'm throwing it all up. And I was excited because I was like, y'all been working hard for this. But then check this out. When I got to the process, I wasn't prepared for it. Yeah. Because I celebrated too much and I didn't prepare for it.
I've been there.
For real?
I have been there. And it was actually, for me, a season. It wasn't even just like a day. It was a season. I don't even know if I've ever said this before, but, like, yeah, so, of course, this was sort of after, well, I would say during Power. Okay. Because I actually, you know, 50 gave me the role for Den of Thieves, but Power is something I had to work for just like everyone else. We waited. I knew that I wanted a role on the show. We waited. Nothing was coming that I could even audition for it because it didn't fit me. Finally auditioned and I got that role and everything was smooth sailing, right? Still, I was kind of like deer in headlights, still learning along the way, but I think, you know, I was extremely resilient. Like, even though I was scared, I was pushing head on. It was great. But then the pressure started to rise, right? Because it's like, now this is your new, sort of like, this is your new level right here. And now all anyone is asking is, what's next? What are you doing next? What's next? How are you following up? And so I started to feel a pressure. And I kind of went through some of the same things. Like, I was just not taking anything seriously. I was doing a lot in my free time that was producing nothing for what I wanted. Wow. Like, I had, you know, I was out and, like you said, the partying and being out all night and being around people that just did not serve me. And that was a whole season for me. And I think, you know, I'm young. I'm still in my 20s. So it's something that I'm always still learning. But I think that, and I feel like that's kind of something that everybody goes through when they achieve a certain level of success. You know, a lot of men, like, by 12 cars and like 12 watches.
Facts.
They have the women, and I think everyone goes through, it's really about how you bounce back and handle it. And like, I think that's just all a part of being self-aware. So I had to like really come to terms with, girl, we are doing too much.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the best thing that you've said, one of the best things you've said since I've known you is, my free time wasn't producing anything.
Yeah, nothing at all.
And how many of us can honestly sit here and say, that was convicting. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I was like, is your free time producing anything?
Right.
So when you realize that, I'm curious, because we got some people right now who are watching. So, I don't want to be an actress. I don't want to be an actor, but hey, I want to get out of debt. Hey, I want to start my business. Hey, I want a job promotion. Hey, I want to be a better wife, a better husband, etc. But their free time is producing nothing. What would you say to someone who's saying, you know what, I know I need to do better? What's the first step you would tell them what you need to do to start the process of doing better?
Well, yeah, like you said, the first step is becoming self-aware that way, and the fact that you really are just BSing yourself kind of thing.
Yeah.
But after that, I think it's important to remember that like being uncomfortable is going to happen, and it's just gonna have to be okay, because you're not growing if you're not uncomfortable. It's literally like physically, when your body's growing, you get growing pains and it hurts. The same thing that happens in really any of these processes, like you said, if you're trying to get out of debt, if you're trying to be a better wife, a better husband, there's gonna be a lot of uncomfortable moments, and there's going to be a lot of times where you feel like you're missing out. Like maybe you, instead of going out, you need to stay home and you need to get in the gym, or you need to stay home and put some time aside for you and your husband. Whatever you got to do, like it's just something you have to make time for. You're going to have to miss out on a lot of things. You're going to have to be uncomfortable, but that's like the first, the second, and the third step towards like what you're going for.
For you at the season that you are now, we see you on national TV. I was somewhere and I saw you on the billboard. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
See my sister on the billboard. This is crazy.
Yeah.
What were some of the most uncomfortable things that you had to endure to get over to get to where you are today? And I believe that where we see you today is nowhere from where we're going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Because I see your work ethic. I see you grinding. But what were some of the things that you had that was a little uncomfortable for you to get to the successful Alix today?
The first one that comes to mind is just people. Like I'm shy. Like I'm extremely painfully shy still to this day. It was even worse as a kid, but especially now, having to like be around people and be in front of like cameras. It's different. It's different the way it changes on TV. TV, I can kind of relax into it a little bit. Maybe it's just because I'm playing someone else.
Okay.
But being in front of cameras and public speaking, all of that is very, very uncomfortable for me. And
But you don't seem shy now.
I know. I don't. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, I feel like I'm like an Akko Taco.
Is that normal in the celebrity world? I would say more so in the actors and actress world, that a lot of them are shy?
I know a great amount of them that are like that. Yeah. Wow. Shy or just quirky is a good word. Okay. I don't want to use the word weird, but yeah. I mean, maybe I can, because I know that us actors be weird. We were just talking about this on another show. They're quirky, and I don't know what it is, and we just chose to be in front of the camera all the time as a shy person. But
I think a lot of people would think someone like yourself on TV, myself, public figure, for us to be extroverts. Mm-hmm. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I am an introvert at heart.
Yeah, same.
You're the same.
Yeah.
How is it that you're an introvert, but you're an extrovert on the cameras? And like, you hosting parties, you hosting events. I mean, it's like no one could really see Alix and be like, oh, she's an extrovert. Mm-hmm. So you're saying you recharge solo as an introvert? Yeah,
like I love, as soon as I step out of like my space, like my home. Yeah. Immediately I'm like uncomfortable a little bit. Wow. But I do love good people. Yeah. I like to meet good people. Yeah. I think there aren't so many good people that are in these spaces. Yeah. So that's maybe what makes it a little uncomfortable, is there are a lot of like very questionable characters. Yeah. But I still love to meet good people, and I think that's why I do it. And I think that's why I do what I do, because like I want to show people that they can do it, and they can also do it the right way. Like, I'm a pretty nice person. I feel like anybody that can attest to that that's met me just like out on the street, like I'm a pretty nice person.
No, you really are.
So like, yeah,
I've seen you handle people just walk up to you and you are the sweetest person. And I can tell sometimes when you really don't want to smile and say hello, you will still adjust to your fans, to the people who love you as an actress.
Yeah.
Is that, I'm going to talk about that. I really don't want to talk about that because I'm like, do you ever have to turn off Alix and put on Effie in the public? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have to be her and please all your fans? Like, or do you ever just get to be Alix and just chill with your family, with your you know, your partner, and not worry about cameras and saying hello to people?
No, absolutely not. There's not a time that I'm gonna be out in public that I can't worry about that now. But it's also like, I use this term very, very carefully because I really hate it. Like that's what you signed up for.
Right.
Because it is, because to complain about taking a picture or meeting someone is beyond me. It's like, it's not my place. Like I don't have enough pride to tell someone no, because it's like, I'm a part of these people's lives every single week. They watch me on the show. They love me on the show. You know, this is a part of their routine. And for them to see me get like one time, like, oh my God, out of all the times, she's right here in front of me. And I tell them no. That's like, who even are you?
Facts.
I'm just a woman.
Facts. Facts. I'll give it to you. We were all out to eat sometime. It was a while ago. And I remember the guys at the table saw a person walk by, walk back out, and he came back with his phone and was sneaking a video of you.
That's
like, how do you feel when that happens?
So I was gonna say, there are some lines that can irritate me, and there's a few small circumstances that will irritate me. If it's just like the wrong place and time. Like I've had people approach me at funerals and like, or if I'm like in a very serious conversation or like on a phone call, it's like I do not have time to talk to you right now.
Facts.
And you're gonna make me be mean. Even though I'm like, I'm not like that, but you're gonna make me be mean.
What do you wish people, when is the right time? Oh, let's say this. Yeah, let's say this. When is the right time to come up to you? Because you want people to say hello to you. You love people. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I think people watching and hearing this show should understand, okay, this is the right time to approach a public figure. This is the wrong time.
Yeah.
Like, what are some cues they should look at before approaching someone like yourself?
Kind of like, I think just as with anyone, even if you're a figure or not, on the phone.
Yes.
In a serious conversation.
Yeah.
But if you see me out and I'm just there, fine. But there's also a big no for me is don't be creepy. Like I'm a woman first, as I was saying. Like I feel like there are some circumstances where a man knows that you are making me feel like I'm threatened right now.
Right.
So that's another big no, I feel, for me as a figure, but also just as a woman. Like, I think that's pretty much it, though. Any other time, I'm pretty open. I feel like you can read my body language as well because I'm very, very vocal about my comfortability and like, so I feel like you can read me.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
Fun question. One celebrity you want to meet?
Margot Robbie.
Why?
I love her. She's one of my favorite actresses. And she shapeshifts in her roles, and I would love to just see that for a little bit.
Are you serious?
I love Margot Robbie.
One question you would ask her?
I think I would ask her, what does she think about when she is portraying these emotions? Like, what does she think about? Or maybe her training background. Like, what does she feel like helped her advance the most in her craft?
Yeah. Who would I want to meet and spend an hour with?
Because it would have been Will Smith for me, too, but I've done that already.
You have?
A 12 out of 10 experience.
12 out of 10?
12 out of 10.
What made it a 12 out of 10?
In action. On Collateral Beauty, I think was the name of the movie. Yeah, and it was a big scene where he was angry too, and he was just knocking stuff over, and like I was just.
Did you have a conversation with Will?
I did.
Can you share like one question you asked him?
I was letting him talk a lot about like his work and just him working, and like I got to hear some of the stories on set from him, like some of his set stories. That was just so cool to me. Like I'm really, really, really into this acting stuff. So like when I can hear the greats talk about it, it gets me so excited.
So you've met Will Smith. Who else have you had a conversation with in the industry? So Will, 50.
Of course.
Right.
Which is also legendary.
Also.
It's like
he's 50.
In every aspect, yeah.
Facts.
Who else?
That's
a good one.
Had an impact on you. Not just like, oh, that's a fan, but like, no, who has had an impact on your life, on your career, just being in their environment, seeing them work?
Michelle.
Michelle who?
Williams.
Wow.
Yeah, Michelle
Beautiful.
Williams.
Big sister
mine. Because I actually wasn't like looking for it, because you know she's just a great person to be around, just Absolutely. Chill out and vibe.
Yeah.
But she actually dropped a few gems, and I was like, wow, yeah. Like she basically was telling me, because I feel like literally the second that I'm off set and I'm done with the job, if I'm not booked the second I step out of that door, I'm like, I'm not working enough. I'm not working enough. I start to get like, I'm a workaholic, and she was like, no. She was like, you were here, you're not here again. She's like, you're here and you're here now. So like you're posting higher. So it's good to, it's fine to take a breath.
Yeah.
It's fine to get yourself back together and then pop back out. Like you don't have to jump right into the next thing immediately, and now you just feel like you're failing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Michelle gave you that, which we love Michelle here at the table. I love Michelle.
Yeah.
What is one thing that was inspired by Will in that encounter?
To always remain humble. Okay. I think he was just, and more so it was me watching his actions more than anything. He told me, as huge as he is, he doesn't think he is above anyone. Anyone. And I really, really respected that. Like just watching him, he makes sure all of his people are good. And even if you're not his people, if you're just a random person there, he's just like, are you okay? Wow. Are you good? Like he's just so sweet.
Wow. And then the legend himself, you've been working with him for a long time.
Yeah.
I think I grew up with 50. You know what I'm saying? When he first came out with his first album, and to see the man come from there to the dynasty that he's building now. I don't even think we've seen 50 Cent at his prime yet.
Yeah.
But
literally mogul status, like legend.
All day.
Yeah.
When he posted that him and Tyler Perry sat down, I said, oh, this Negro is going for something.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's really trying to take over in his particular space. And the fact that Tyler gave him time, I love seeing two men at their prime who are doing some of the same thing come together and learn from each other.
Yeah.
What is one thing you've learned from 50 over the years of working from him?
Never miss a beat. He doesn't leave a single dollar on the table. He's fast with it. He doesn't drag, like he's a real life hustler. Like, so for example, like he'll have an event, like for Shreveport, he had a big event weekend in Shreveport. The videos, literally like the next morning, already edited out. What? Making merch, already there. Like he's literally just like lines everything up. So he does not miss a beat.
Execution.
Execution. He doesn't procrastinate. His execution is fast and it's done very, very well. Wow. So that was something I kind of struggled with a lot too. Well, fear, right? Like some of the things that I wanted to do now as an adult, because like I was saying, like as a kid, that imagination and that bravery, like you don't think about that stuff. It's just like I can be anything I want to be.
Yeah.
As you get older, it's easy to let that fade.
Yeah.
And I think something that he taught me, and he preaches this in a lot of his books, is there is no fear. Like fear is something that you have to be fearless, if nothing else.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is so good. I think people watching this right now, sis, would be like, it's like, I heard you say something about fear, not having fear, execution. I mean, you also talked about Hollywood, and I want to talk about Hollywood a little bit right now because I think a lot of people will look at everyone in Hollywood like, oh, they're super rich. And you said something how like, hey, I'm not booked. I don't have a job after this. So you are saying, not implying, but you're saying that just because you see me on TV today doesn't mean that I'm forever employed.
Right. And I think that's where that execution comes back in of like really building your brand and wasting no time, because you're not always going to have time to like basically stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Facts.
Like build that personal brand while you're on TV so that people will start to know you and want to follow you, not just your character.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, even if you're not on TV, like there's a million other things you could do just by being you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. When y'all were on strike, we talked a few times during that time. What were you doing for you to generate money and et cetera when y'all couldn't even work?
Yeah. So I was actually fortunate enough to be filming. So when the writer strike started, we were still filming.
Okay.
Our scripts had already been finished, so we were allowed to keep working. The writers just weren't there. So, however, when the actor strike happened, of course, I had to sit out. And so that's when I started some of, hosting things and Instagram, maybe Instagram promotion. There's so many ways online that you can make money just by being you. And this is also something I'm learning. I'm not even claiming to be perfect at it yet because I'm a super private person to a fault.
Okay.
I was not wanting to be on there talking to nobody like about what I had going on, because I'm like, first of all, I feel like I'm oversharing and I'm not even sometimes. But I learned that like there are a lot of things that people could see, like they could see themselves in me and vice versa, like kind of like drawn all that back in. Like if she can do it, then I could do it. And there's so many valuable lessons that I could teach people about conducting themselves in the industry and conducting themselves as their personal brand aside from their characters and things like that. Just talking to people, getting to know people, showing them that I am a human. Like my TikTok is absolute shambles, very chaotic. But it's human. Like I just want people to see that I'm just like a regular human that believed a little bit.
Facts.
Was delusional actually. Like
you were delusional.
I was believing into delusion. Like I'm like, no, this is for me. Like every single audition I get, I feel like it's mine. I'm like, oh yeah, yep, this one's mine. I say that every single time. I don't even care. Yeah.
And when you didn't get it, how did you feel?
I'm dramatic. I'm like, wow. I mean, what am I gonna do now? I'm a super drama queen.
Are you serious?
Oh, what am I gonna do? It's either one of two. It's either what am I gonna do now, or they have no taste. Like they should have booked me.
Yo, it's the I know who I am for me.
Yeah.
At any point of your career, have you ever felt like you failed? Like you know what? I feel like, or have you ever questioned should you be in this particular career?
So yes and no. Like I never felt like I failed.
Okay.
But I did feel like I was behind on a lot of things. Like I should have did a lot of things sooner. Or I should have known a lot of things sooner. But I'm from Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Topeka, Kansas. Yeah. And there's no exposure to things like this. Okay. Like people don't do things like this. So I was feeling like I was behind, but where could I have seen that? So I get to Atlanta and I'm working, and then I stumble into the entrepreneurship community, which is a entirely separate entity in itself.
Sure is.
But then I really started to like learn a lot of things. But I'm like, dang, if I would have known this just a little bit sooner, I could have been even further. So that's how I think sometimes.
No.
But I'm just playing catch up as hard as I can.
Everyone sees Effie as this tomboy, this strong, she a killer, she gonna sell it, she gonna do her thing.
Yeah.
So I think when people see you in person, they automatically associate you with her. But who do you want people to know you as that they don't see on camera?
I'm soft. Like, I'm not hard like that. I'm a soft woman. I'm very passionate. Everything means something to me. Like, and nothing, I don't take anything for granted.
Yeah.
I'm a very deep, complex thinker, very intelligent. I like to have, I know, I feel like I know a good amount of a lot of different topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a really big, bright mind.
You do. Every time we talk, we'll be sitting at the table talking, all of us, and I'm like, this woman is actually intelligent.
Yeah.
And you don't act like you're in your 20s. Like,
Yeah.
your mind is
Yeah.
is older. And I'm like, yo, she's really talking about, I mean, you've talked about different business ideas, and I've seen you help other people in your personal life with their business ideas. Like, hey, you might want to watch out for that, or I think you should do that a little differently. And I'm like, Alice is smart.
Yeah.
She ain't a killer.
Yeah.
She a lover.
Yeah.
I'm
That's my
serious.
favorite role, actually, is like, in people, I love to play, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say the word assistant, but that's not the right one. I like to assist people in their wins. That's one of my favorite roles.
Trying to think, when did you play that on Power? It helped, what's his name?
Well, I feel like Effie's always coming to save the day. So.
She is. I was thinking about it. I was like, well, that is Effie.
Yeah.
She's always saving. So, perfect role for Alix. If you had to write the perfect role for you, what are you playing today?
Okay, so I really, really, really want to do something like post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic?
Like
What in the world?
a disease-ridden, zombie, scorched earth world.
This is night and day.
Yeah.
Yo, we go from power to there's no one alive.
Yeah.
What would your role be in that, though? Saving the world?
Maybe like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could do any of them. Like, the scientist, I could be the person roaming the earth, slaughtering zombies.
Is this the Will Smith movie that he did? I Am Legend?
That'd be good.
You would do something like that.
I would. You know what? Sometimes when I'm out walking my dog.
No.
Like,
No.
Sometimes when I'm out walking my dog,
Don't say it.
I'll start like imagining that role, not really like that. I'll be like, oh, humanity as we know it is gone. You know, you just gotta look into oblivion for a little bit, like, what a shame. Yeah. All the
Shocked.
time. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I always have scenarios like that. Like, I'll be in my car, like, driving. This is gonna make me sound crazy. I'll be in my car driving. Absolutely not. We're not gonna do that. You know, you just gotta start acting things
Who's in the
out.
car with you, though?
Nobody. Like, that's how you stay on your toes, you know?
You know,
It's preposterous.
preposterous. It's the big word for me.
Yeah.
It's a big. But you know what, though? While I'm laughing, what I hear you saying, which is a teaching moment, is that, because I'm the same way. I could be walking through the airport. If something happens to me, I will literally turn it into a sermon.
Yeah.
And while I'm driving home, I'm preaching it like I'm on a pulpit.
Yeah.
Because of what I just experienced. And that is, for me, it's just always growing my content journal. And what I hear you saying, which is hilarious, you're walking your dog, and little as we know it, I'm the only one alive. It's just me and you, dog.
Exactly. Winston, I hope you're ready for this time.
So, but it's like, that's just going to help you
Yeah.
in the long run.
Yeah.
Because every single day you're improving yourself. And it goes back to what you said earlier, is you're now utilizing your free time to produce something.
Yeah.
That is, it's funny.
And that's also one of my biggest sayings. I literally, when I was filming in New York, I always had this sticky note on my wall: never be afraid to look stupid, because as an actor, you are going to have to feel so crazy and look so stupid. You're gonna feel like you have like this imposter syndrome. And because you're literally changing all of your mannerisms and you essentially are playing pretend. So can't be afraid to look stupid. Yeah. I rehearse my lines in public, all the, like, under my breath, like, people probably think I'm talking to myself, but, like,
no,
I'll just be talking my lines under my breath.
But that's why you're so good, though.
Thank you.
Hands down. Before I even met you, I was like, oh, I like this Effie chick. She a real one.
Yeah.
Oh, now, whole thing, I love everyone in the whole cast, but you and Toya, y'all two are my favorite.
Oh, she kills it every time.
I know and love Toya. You got to get on the show, sis. Toya, come on now. We done talked about this. Come on over here, get on this show. But it's like, I could tell that y'all put in the work. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I think meeting you and then watching you on camera, this is why I intentionally never ask you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I want to see it, and I just get so like...
And I'll probably tell you, too. I'm good for a spoiler.
No, I don't want to know. That's why I'd be like, nuh-uh, because we only got 2 more... Well, yeah, when this show comes out, we have 1 more episode. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't want to know. I know somebody gonna die, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's gonna be some of those.
I'm like, somebody big about to die, and I'm like, I want to be shocked.
Wait, hold... Do you have a prediction, though?
I do have a prediction.
I'm not gonna say yes or no, but who?
Who's gonna die?
Who do you think?
Oh, Mary J. gone.
Okay.
She got to go.
Mm-hmm.
She killed Pops. You know what I mean? She lied, did all this lying. Pops got to go. No disrespect, Effie. Kane got to go.
Effie, I'm like, that's a lot of people's prediction right now.
Nah, I don't.
He's leaving.
I mean, Effie came close now. She came close. I saw you on the floor. I was like, Alex, get up, baby. Don't die. I was like, Alex, I couldn't even call you that. I was like, Alex, no. But I just knew you was going in.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that's how they gonna end the series. My girl going like that.
Yeah.
And then who else I think, man?
Everyone literally
is you
has a reason, like, to go.
What is the world saying? Is you mainly?
Yeah, I think so. Right? I think so. That Effie's gonna.
I think Effie too smart. Yeah. I think Effie knows how to maneuver things, right? I think I don't think it's gonna happen, but it should happen. What's his name? I think old girl gonna turn in the white boy. Cause he killed that person. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. I got so many predictions.
That's some good ones.
It's some good ones, right? It's some good ones. It's some good ones. But it's like I'm just like, wow. When I see you and the person, you're fun to be around. You're intelligent. You're not Effie. And then when I see you, Effie, I'm like, that's not her.
Yeah, our mannerisms are entirely different. Even.
I gotta ask this question. Because I speak. Mm-hmm. That is still me on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a night and day person.
Exactly.
You're night and day.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for something like that?
With her, I didn't actually have to do much preparing.
Okay.
Besides just mentally locking in.
Yeah.
To make sure I did a good job. But I don't know, it just happened so naturally. It happened so naturally. Like, putting on the clothes and being in the streets of New York all alone by myself, because I was up there alone majority of the time that I was filming. So already, just not even when I was filming, if I go walk somewhere, you gotta walk different when you're in New York. Mm-hmm. You gotta look different. I gotta be tough.
Wow.
So I don't know, maybe that helped. But yeah, when I put on them clothes, I don't know, I sit different. I sit with my legs wide open. They did the jeans on, like. Yeah, everything changes.
Yo. I love it. As we end this segment of the show, because we're going to come back and we have some questions from your fans who are followers of mine who wants to ask you some questions. But before we end this segment, what is one thing that you really want people to know about Alix that you've never said on any other podcast that you really wish people could just be like, you know what, this is who I am?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Cause I think a lot of people think you don't struggle with anything.
Yeah.
You got it all made. You're making a lot of money. You are successful. You're making great money. But it's like I think people look at you as like no, she's doing everything right.
Yeah. So maybe that's what I would say is a lot of people look at me and they think that like I'm perfect or like I'm just confident every day. That's like so not the case. I've had my fair share of like mental health struggles. I'm the same as everyone else. I'm not always confident. I have severe body image issues, which is something that I stand for. Is protecting the thought of just women loving their bodies at all times, because that's something that I struggle with. So, you know, as much as you think that I'm not like you, we're probably almost exactly alike to any woman out there. I do the same thing, but when you're not confident, you just have to fake it. And it's hard, but, you know, when you don't feel confident, the best way I can, you know, just do your self-care and fake it until you start to feel confident. Yeah.
What are you doing personally for your self-care? Because you're so much in the public eye. What are you doing behind closed doors that's helping you become more confident in the areas that you just said?
It's something that I haven't been doing enough of lately, actually, like the whole self-care thing, because I've been ripping and running on the road. Okay. But I feel like the thing that always rings true is like gym and exercise. Okay. Makes, like, if I don't go to the gym, I don't even feel right.
For real.
I feel like I did not conquer the day if I didn't go to the gym.
For real.
But other than that, reading and crime podcasts.
Crime podcast?
Crime podcast.
Oh, crime podcast.
Yeah.
Goes back to this weird, she wants to be alone on the earth.
It's soothing to me, you know? Like,
crime podcast.
When I clean, cooking too. Cooking. Cooking is like a big thing for me.
So, working out, cooking.
Relaxes me, yeah.
Relaxes you. Crime podcast. And you sitting with your big sweater on the patio.
A nice cup of tea.
And was missing one thing. I forgot what it was.
Exercise. Podcast. But anything artistic too. Like I paint.
You paint still?
I love to paint.
Wow.
Yeah. Something I also probably don't do enough these days, but I love to paint.
Yeah.
So any of those are just, you know, anything that brings you back to your body.
Yes. No.
Because a lot of people they're not there.
They're not there. And I think for me, the same thing too is like for me being 40, I think a lot of people think, what's this word, me being vulnerable, and I gotta say it right because they'll go viral again. I think me being single still plays into my emotions. And sometimes I feel like, is there something wrong with me? And it was just recently, until I was not recently, but in therapy over the last few years, I realized like, there's nothing wrong with me, but there are things that I need to work on. And I had to really rebuild my confidence back up. Yeah. Because I allowed the opinion of others attack me publicly, calling me these weird names. He's a narcissist. He's gay. He's this. He's that. If he's 40, wealthy, successful. And I had to really learn how to block out things to protect my inner. And a lot of people say, man, you got it, man. You good. You good. I know you don't struggle with that. And I'm like, no, I do. Yeah. Like I genuinely do. I will go home sometimes and I would cry. And I'm a Christian man. And I would literally be crying out to God like, yo, God, you know my heart, man. Right. And I think that everyone should understand that public figures like yourself, public figures like people in your family who you're connected to, we all are still humans. And we all feel it. The only difference between you and someone else, even you and me, is that you're on TV. Yeah. You know, that's it. At the end of the day, Alix is still a girly's girl. She is still a very feminine, soft woman, loving woman. I had the opportunity to meet your sister, some of your family and friends. I'm like, yo, and they love you. Yeah. And y'all have a good, fun time. Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, Alix ain't, she ain't Effie. Effie ain't Alix. But Alix is dope. Effie is dope too. Thank you. And I appreciate you for this segment. Of course. Thank you. But keep it locked though, because we're gonna come back and answer these questions here in a little bit, y'all. And this has been an incredible conversation, right? And so thank you so much, Alix, for sharing your journey and dropping so much, wisdom and vulnerability with us, y'all. I know our community, y'all are loving it right now. And I'm excited too. This is Effie in the building, Alix in the building. And then whoever's next is in the building, because we've only seen just a small surface of what Alix is going to do. Now, real quickly, let's shift gears and celebrate some real life success stories from our E3 family. But before we do, let's give a big shout out to Alix for keeping it real and bringing so much value to today's show. Hey, yo! All right, family, it's time to highlight some incredible wins from our E3 community. You know I love celebrating your progress, no matter how big or small they are. These are the stories that remind us that financial freedom is possible for everyone, yes, including yourself. If you're willing to put in the work, like our dear sister said, hey, listen, if you're willing to use your free time, you can produce something. I want to shout out Samantha from Atlanta, Georgia. She paid off $15,000 in credit card debt in just 10 months. That's a huge accomplishment, Samantha. I am extremely happy for you because you didn't say if you have any more debt here. Hold on. She said, Samantha says that she used the debt snowball method and stuck to a strict budget. No more eating out, no unnecessary shopping, and she picked up a side hustle tutoring kids online. Yo, listen, this is what happens when you use your free time and produce something from it. Alix talked about it. So I love that, Samantha. Congratulations. When you pay off the remaining part of your debt, please email us, let us know, because I'm gonna bring you on the show and I want to talk about it. Let's do one more from Dallas, Texas. Marcus said he took a leap of faith and started his own landscaping business after getting laid off. Fast forward 6 months later, wow, he's already landed over 20 clients, making over $10,000 a month. Good God. He shared that the key was believing in himself and leveraging his network to get the word out. Man, I am extremely excited about these testimonies, man. I love hearing these success stories because it just reminds me to keep going. And remember, family, it's not about how fast you go. It's about saying and really staying consistent and moving forward. If you got a success story to share, email us your wins over to mystory@anthonyoneal.com. Again, that is mystory@anthonyoneal.com. And let's keep celebrating each other's wins. Hey, yo! Now you know I'm all about giving you practical tips to build wealth and live debt-free. Today I want to talk about the strategy that's helped me and thousands of others take control of our money. This is the zero-based budgeting method. Now I know some of you are probably saying, Anthony, okay, wait, what is a zero-based budgeting method? This method is simple but powerful. Every dollar you make has to have a job, okay? AKA an assignment, whether it's paying bills, saving, investing, or giving, or for some of us single people, dating. The goal is for your income minus expenses to equal zero at the end of the month. That way, you know exactly where your money is going and there's no guesswork at all. So I want to give you some simple steps on how to do a zero-based budget. Again, you got to do this every single month. I do it. Step number one, you got to write down your total monthly income. So for an example, that could be $10,000 a month. Step number two, you got to list all of your expenses, including giving, tithing, saving, and investing, and dating, and hair, you name it. All of it has to be listed as an expense. All right, so for example, let's say that's $8,000. Step number three is you're going to subtract expenses from your income. If you have money left over, in this case, you will have $2,000 left over, you're going to assign that $2,000 a job. Maybe that could be more investing. Maybe that could be setting aside for a vacation. Maybe that could be going to maybe see a movie that Alix is going to be on in the future. I don't know. Whether that's paying off debt, you name it, the faster you can do this, you're going to see a huge shift inside of your account. All right. Step number four, the last step, is you got to track your spending throughout the entire month to make sure you're staying on track. Before I even look at my checking account, both personal and business, I look at my budget. And if my budget is not the same number inside of my checking account, that means my numbers are off. Here's the last thing. Why does this work? This approach forces you to be intentional with your money, okay? You'll be surprised how much you can save or how quickly you can get out of debt when every dollar has an assignment. I personally did this when I was getting out of debt. I got out of my car payment, my car loan, within a matter of like 10 months earlier, simply from using the zero-based budgeting system. So if you haven't tried zero-based budgeting yet, I want you to give it a shot. You can use my Wealth Builder tool to make it easy. It's available at anthonyoneal.com/wealth builder. Start taking control of your money today. Coming up next is my girl Alix with your questions. Hey, yo! All right, Alix, let's get to some of these questions that your fans and our E3 community members have sent a question in. I'm gonna start with this first one. First one is from, it says try God. That's what it says here.
Okay.
It's a good question. I didn't ask you this. He says, what made you try God, or when's the first time you actually gave your life to Christ, or do you believe in God?
Absolutely, I do. Yeah. I was raised in church.
For real?
Yes, in Topeka, Kansas.
Did you sing in the choir?
No, I didn't.
But
I
you're a
was young.
singer.
I was very teeny. So like, no, but actually, yeah, I did a lot of gospel on my YouTube channel when I was doing covers and stuff like that. So I always felt like it made me a better singer when I was singing gospel songs, because you know, you just feel it.
Absolutely.
But no, it's always been a major part of my life. Like, in my relationship with him is very, very personal.
Okay.
And it's very, very specific to like who I am.
Yeah.
I've always believed, but it definitely, I started to see like the power in my tongue and like the power in my belief. Kind of just like working my way up throughout my career. I felt like it was always a tough love like basis with me and him, because sometimes, like I was saying, I was being my own worst enemy, and he's not gonna give me anything that I wasn't ready for.
Come on now.
So yeah, really just, it's always been a part of my life, but always working on making it stronger. And I think that just over time, like me trusting and him always showing up right on time has been like, yeah, the thing for me. How
do you balance the God factor in Hollywood? Because I see that it could be difficult.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm seeing it work. You, Devon Franklin, you know, a lot of different people. But what is one thing that you do to keep God in your life while working in Hollywood?
Yeah, it's just a non-negotiable for me. Like, if there's an environment that I'm not allowed to do that in, then it's just something that I'm just not gonna do. I don't even care what it is. Yeah, so like I pray every day, and mostly it's more like an inner dialogue, almost. Like, I really just talk in my head all day long. Wow. Like, guide my paths, whatever you're ready to give me, I'm ready for. A lot of my prayers aren't even asking for anything, it's just saying thank you. Like, just
come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. That's a grown woman right there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my prayers are not that too. My prayers are, God, thank you, and God, give me wisdom and knowledge to steward what you give me in the future.
Yeah, that's mine. Is just always whatever you're ready to give me, I'm ready to receive. Wow. So it's not anything in specific, like, because I don't even know. He's taken me to places I would have never imagined in the first place. So
we see it. We see it. All right. The next question comes from Carrie, I think, Kerrie. She says, I want you to ask her who she thinks could have made Effie a better person, Kane or Tariq?
That's hard. I think Tariq.
Tariq?
I do, and here's why.
Tariq?
Kane is essentially getting mad at Effie for trying to further herself.
That is true.
No,
hold on. I ain't gonna do my boy Kane like that. That boy, he ain't upset. He just don't want to lose Effie.
Which is true, but sometimes if you love that person, let them go. And if they come back, then you know they're yours. So like, you have to. She has things to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She has school on her mind, and she has like leaving behind all the bad stuff that she's dealing with. And I think him like constantly mocking it, like he's kind of being selfish with it.
Yeah.
You know, like she needs to grow, and you shouldn't want to leave this life too. And Tariq, on the other hand, very much so entertained the idea of stopping everything and going away together.
He did.
Mm-hmm. So,
but he didn't do that with your girl. He told her, nah, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run this play, get this money, protect our family. I'm like, bro, that's not protecting your family.
And I think that's why Tariq and Effie were always like everyone's end game kind of thing, because they just kind of brought out the best in each other. She just was too damaged to see that.
So Alix is going with Tariq.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know, man. I couldn't put on this side watching. I would have to say neither.
If that was an option, then I would probably I'd probably say, get out of Dodge, okay?
Right. I'm like, neither one of them. Go get you a little dirty boy with his glasses inside. Like, if you pass all them brothers inside the classroom, go get one of them.
Right.
I mean, because exactly. I didn't realize that Effie, I knew she was smart, but not that smart until like the last few episodes.
Yeah, she's like
book smart, right? Because I'm like, wait, she doing a whole building this technology and doing. I'm like, wait a minute, what? We didn't see this in the last season. Like we knew y'all were smart because of the conversations y'all would have in classrooms. But I was like, okay, wait, so she don't need to be fooling with none of them.
Yeah, none of them.
I'm gonna tell you who cute though. What's her name?
Oh God, who?
She just had the comments. She's the one who told that Toya was pregnant. She told people that what's her name?
Keisha.
Keisha cute. You cute, girl.
Keisha's fine.
I just want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? Keisha, you beautiful. I don't want to disrespect your man if you got a man or situation. I'll just let you know. You know, I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. Let's go on to the next question. David says, oh, this is a real good one. Real good one. I like this one, David. David says, what kind of investments does Alix have? And if Effie was real, what kind of investments would she make?
Okay, so like that's good.
Yeah.
So right now, I am really investing a lot into myself. So back at the beginning of my career, this is something that I did. I spent a lot of money on myself, and my travel, my stays, getting myself out to different parts of the country to be in these rooms that I needed to be in, and it was always self-funded. Training, I just had some of my first real life training.
Wow. So
did that. Really in all aspects, I'm just pouring money back into myself.
That's good.
But also I do have some things on the way that I'm working on. As we were kind of talking about me getting more into that entrepreneurial space.
Yeah.
Have some things that I want to put out. So yeah, we'll see about that.
What about Effie?
I think I could see her investing in techie stuff, but also I could see her doing housing for underprivileged people, like children. Maybe a school, a school that I could see her doing, a school that teaches that kind of like magnet school, like science and fine arts, but for children that would never be able to afford it. Because the level of education differs drastically depending on what you have and where you live. But I say this all the time, in Topeka, Kansas, these kids are some of the smartest, craziest kids. They just would never get the chance
to do it. But I think you coming out of there and you being as successful as you are today is giving them hope.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day you and your family can go back and provide some scholarships, provide some classes.
Absolutely.
And, I will partner with you on that one.
Yeah.
I will put money behind it because I think, especially of our culture, we don't have the capabilities to have exposure.
I agree. That's my favorite word is exposure. We don't even see what we're missing.
No. Yeah. But we see the streets. So we go to the streets. We see sex and we go to sex. We see this things and we go to it, and then the world will say, see, that's why. No. They're only doing it because that's what they see.
Yeah.
So let's show them more Alix. Let's show them more AOs. Let's show them more 50 Cents. Let's show them more Tyler Perry's.
Absolutely.
But physically in front of their eyes, not just on TV.
Exactly.
But the fact that you came from Kansas, from what high school did you go to?
I was homeschooled in high
You
school.
was homeschooled?
I was.
The whole time, middle school and high school?
I'd never even seen a day of high school.
You've never, so you didn't go to prom?
No.
Okay, I like your mama. Mom, I like you. That's my sisters. Yvette quit school to go and homeschool my nephews and my niece.
Yeah.
The smartest kids I've ever met.
Mm-hmm. You have to be very, very disciplined to be in homeschool. So they make some of the tiniest little adults, like they'll be grown thinking at like 15.
Listen, you are all right with me.
Thank you very much.
My sister is all right with me. And I'm telling you right now, Alex, you're killing the game. Like,
Thank you.
You're human. We're all human. And I just want you to know that, man, I think the dopest part for our friendship is I saw you on TV first.
Yeah.
And then to see you in real life and experience a totally different woman,
Yeah.
a more humble, loving, supportive woman, I'm like, yo, she a real one.
Yes, thank you.
And I think I had posted long before I had met you. I was like, yo, this Effie chick, she all right with me. I'm a little scared of her, but she all right. And then, you know, I meet you months later. I'm like, okay, I'm a little scared now for real.
Right.
Yo, I'm a little scared for real. But yo, listen, y'all, I'm going to skip over the book and resources segment of today's show because we've gone way over and I didn't want to rush this amazing interview with my sister, man. But listen, make sure to pre-order your copy of my brand new book, Take Your Seat at the Table. Head over to anthonyoneal.com/book to secure your copy. And it'll be one of the first ones to read it, man. I put my heart into this book. I believe it's going to be a life transformational book that will help you get to where you want to go. But I do want to end today's show with the scripture. It comes from Proverbs chapter 21, verse 20, which says, "The wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down." What this means to me is that building wealth and living wisely isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep and how well you manage it. When I think about this verse, I'm reminded that financial success isn't about having the latest car or the biggest house. It's about making smart choices with what you have, storing up and preparing for the future. It's about creating a legacy for your family and for your community. You see, today's conversation with my sister Alix was powerful, and I hope you took away some gems, and I mean some gold gems, right? Listen, the biggest gem I'm walking away from is don't waste your free time and then complain about it later. Remember, it's not just about making money. It's about building wealth and being a good steward of your time. Y'all, we're going to drop all of Alix's information inside of today's show notes. She has a private group on Instagram where you're going to get first dibs on some of the roles she has coming up, business ideas that she has launching. I'm telling you right now, you're going to laugh on her Instagram. You're going to be updated on her Instagram, but you're also going to be inspired by this amazing young queen that we had on the show. So we're going to link her information in the show notes. Go check her out. Let her know you saw her here at the table and y'all love her. All right. Until the next time, we'll see you in the next show. Peace out.